Peace, peace, peace. Y'all, what's good? It's your brother God Science up in here once again. Shout out, special salute to the few that do watch the videos and subscribe. Really appreciate y'all, true indeed. Leaving comments, agreeing, disagreeing, hating, showing love, all that. Really appreciate y'all. This video is for the gods, man. The nation of gods and earths, my foundation. And I wanted to make this video actually on a live stream that I saw. I don't know, I said tongue twisted. I work in customer service, so talking to people all day will get you like that. But check this out, right? I saw a live stream done by Killah Priest. First off, I want to say salute to Killah Priest. Killah Priest is one of my favorite MCs. He's very underrated, very consistent. You want to talk about Woo affiliates? That's dope. Killah Priest. I remember when he dropped his first album, Heavy Mental. That shit blew me away. The science that he was dropping in there, the knowledge that he had, and the way he was putting it in rhymes, it just blew me the hell away. From Adam to Adam, songs like that. Wisdom, he was just, that album is like a classic. And not even to talk about the production by Fourth Disciple, who was, to me, was at that time was taking RZA down. To me, RZA fell off after Forever. I don't know what happened. I know he lost a lot of beats. I would love to hear how Inspector Deck album sound coming after Ghostface. It probably would have been a classic. But I know he lost a lot of beats. But his music, he's still a dope producer, don't get me wrong. And for what he did with them first albums, he will always remain one of the greatest producers of all time to me. But Heavy Mental, Killah Priest is dope. And not all of his albums lived up to his first album, but he was very consistent. He's constantly making music. Sons of Man, their first album, they was just dropping jewels. You know what I mean? A lot of people messed with the Nation of Gods and Earths because of Wu-Tang Clan. And they had a guest on there by the name of Lord Jamar. I know y'all know who Lord Jamar is from Brand Nubians. He used to be on Vlad TV a lot. Him and Vlad fell out because of some, Farrakhan thing. Salute to Lord Jamar. I've been listening to him since Brand Nubians' first album. I'm a fan of his. These are people that got me into the Nation of Gods and Earths. Like what they were saying. Why they calling each other gods? What are they talking about? Knowledge degree and this and that, and speaking in codes. And I wanted to know what it was. And that's how I got into the Nation of Gods and Earths, and I started learning. But what surprised the hell out of me in this live stream is that Lord Jamar believes like the earth is flat. And that blew me away, because there's so much brothers from the Nation of Gods and Earths that attack me because I talk about chakras, or I'll talk about just different things that's not in what you would call the 120. And you in a real 5%er, you got the 5% out there that just loves to tell everybody who's a real 5% and who is not, and who is following the 120 and who's not. And I was proud to see it in a way, but let me say this first. I disagree with him. I don't agree that the world is flat, that the earth is flat. But at the same time, there's 2 points to this. One, and I made a lot of videos about this. This is not a new discussion that I had. I made a video when Young Pharaoh brought this up, when Brother Sanchez went against what's his name, Jabari. Salute to them brothers. Even if I disagree with someone, I still can show respect to people, which a lot of people can't do on YouTube. But I'm from the old school, but so this ain't nothing new. And I don't know. Do any of us really know if the earth is flat or round? We don't. Because none of us has been in a spaceship to be out of the earth atmosphere to look back and say, okay, it is round or it is flat. But we got theories. You know what I'm saying? We got theories of if it's round or if it's flat. To me, and in the nation of gods and earths, what does the lesson tell us? That the earth is round. It tells us how much it weighs, six tillion tons. It tells us that the sun is 93 million miles away, which Lord Jamar disputed that it's not. That it's actually in which I don't agree with that. I get what he's talking about. If it's 93 million miles away, it'll be shining everywhere, but it, but it's in a globe. I don't know. And a lot of people out there just can't say that. They don't know. And I give it to Lord Jamal because he went against the grain, even though he's one of, and he's no less of a 5%er to me in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? He brought a lot of people to that nation. He was throwing up that flag when nobody had any idea what that flag was about. So, and he always represented the nation of gods and earths wherever he went, whether it was in movies, making videos. I'm glad he always represented the nation of gods and earths. So I got to give that to him. But I also got to give it to him for disagreeing. And this is the question that I had with a lot of gods, and we had not arguments, but just bills that, because something is not in 120 doesn't mean that it's not true. Like I always ask the question, if Elijah Muhammad was alive today, would he upgrade his teachings? If Father Allah was alive, would he upgrade his teachings, the supreme mathematics? Well, the supreme mathematics is kind of complete, but would he add on to it? And because in the 120 it says the earth is 93 million miles away, the sun is 93 million miles away. If you question that, why does that make you less of a god? You still God. Do you understand what it means when he says the black man is God? A lot of people don't understand that. A savage out here, by nature he's God, but God is a processor. That's my understanding of it. Because when I first started, I would be quoting, when you learn the lessons and, you want to sound all cool. Yo, I'm going to meet you at the God hour, man. And we're going to build and trying to sound cool around people. Because the 5%ers is always cool. Growing up in Brooklyn, you see them on the corners, the way they stood, the way they spoke. They had on their Timbs and they look like roughnecks. But when they open their mouth, they sound like a damn scientist. You're like, what the fuck? And I was always a nerd. I'll just admit that. I was always a nerd. Most producers are nerds anyway. You know what I mean? To mess with all of that, equipment. Most producers are really nerds, but they made it cool to be smart. You know what I'm saying? They made it cool to be smart, and they'll smack the shit out you too if you get out of line. So they were smart too, but then they weren't no chumps. So I looked up to them. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of them that feel like if you try to add on, or you believe in something, or you look into something that's not in 120, that like you spooky, or you this, you that. For example, talking about the Akashic records, I had a disagreement with a god on that. I'm being spooky. But when you break down quantum physics and you study that, is it really, really spooky? Or it's just that you don't understand it with your mind? So you put it into spooky. It has nothing to do with being spooky. Everything is recorded. This earth is recording everything. But that's just my opinion. But to see Lord Jamar say the earth is flat, now I gotta admit this. He was a little bit disrespectful on there. I wish Killah Priest was giving him a little bit of, a little bit of leeway, because I understand he is a hip hop in royalty. You know what I'm saying? He's hip hop royalty. I understand he was giving him a little bit of leeway, but he was being a little bit of disrespectful to the other dudes. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm happy to see that, because I was being tore down for that for a long time. Anything that I brought up that wasn't in the 120, just even talking about occult science. Oh, you on the spooky shit? You ain't no real 5%er, and you want to snatch my chain and shit like that. Really? You know what I mean? So there you go. You got one of the goddess of gods. Okay, one of the 5%ers that's always at show and proves, and he disagrees with the sun being 95 million miles away and the earth being flat. Now I get some of their points. Some of their points I don't get, like that wall in Antarctica. Now, it's true. There is a mystery of why people can't visit Antarctica. There's always some type of mystery with that place. I get it. But a wall, I don't get it. And there's more points for me personally that shows and proves that the earth is round. Now, one of the points they made was like, the earth is supposed to be spinning, but we're not feeling it. But the earth is huge. And a brother, I forgot his name, who was on there, he made a powerful point. When you're on a plane, you're going fast as hell. You're going real fucking fast, like 700 miles per hour, around that. But it feels like you're moving slow as hell. You're able to walk, go to the bathroom, go get a drink. Now they say, okay, the difference is the dome. It's a dome. But I don't know. I don't. If the Earth is that big and the planets are spinning, why is every other planet spinning? And I'm not gonna stay here too long, because I could be here all day with it. But if y'all haven't checked out that, go check out Killah Priest channel. Go subscribe to his channel, Killah Priest. Salute. I would love to meet that brother one day. I mean, like I said, I still listen to his first album, man. It's dope. So to go subscribe to his channel. Go subscribe to Lord Jamar channel. He's down with Godfrey and the Fly. I can't believe I forgot your names. You know who I'm talking about, from Flip Mode Squad. Fly chick from New Jersey. But anyway, y'all go subscribe to those channels. And if you haven't, check out the it was a good debates. It started getting a little bit intense because people were talking over each other. But my point to the whole thing is, it's a good debate to talk about, but at the end of the day, who cares? I mean, who gives a shit if it's flat or round? What is it gonna do? That's my question to the real people out there that throws this flat earth. What is it going to do? Is it going to change our thinking? Is it going to change our consciousness, put it higher, have us not kill each other anymore? Have us start reading more, being more aware. What is it going to do? Nothing. What is NASA's motive for keeping the earth, not letting us know it's flat? I want to hear a good motive of that. I never heard a good motive either of that. You know what I'm saying? And this is just my perspective. But it just shows to prove that just because someone doesn't agree with everything in the 120 lessons, which is the supreme wisdom, by Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Master Fard Muhammad, mathematics, supreme alphabet, and look at knowledge that's outside of that, doesn't mean that you don't agree with that, or that doesn't uplift you in some way. Because I tell people constantly, there's certain things in the nation of gods and earths that I will never stop, I would never stop, I won't say believing, using. you know. And I'm thankful for what it's done for me because it made me a better person. And I won't be at the stage in my life where I was if it wasn't for the Nation of Gods and Earths, because it rose me up from Christianity. You know, not to say that there's no good in Christianity, there's good everywhere. But my point is, it was the first, like look at it as like a ladder, and it was the first step. But there's other things out there, and it just made it seems like if I go and read this or read that or look into this about the occult or this, you spooky now, and come on, man. It's a lot of things out there that we can't see with our physical eyes. Doesn't mean that it's spooky. You be seeing Wi-Fi? Do you be seeing Wi-Fi waves? You goddamn sure use it when you home, when you playing your video games though, right? So that's my point. You don't see radio waves. Is that spooky? There's certain things that we just don't understand, man. And I don't think it's called spookism, you know. And that's where they put it in it. And not. And I know a lot of gods are gonna attack me. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? I still love the Nation of Gods and Earth, no matter what you say. And what they did for me, nobody can take it away. But I'm just saying, look at a brother like Lord Jamar. You pull his card. You can't when it comes to the Nation of Gods and Earths. And he researched it, and he came up with that concept of what's true to himself. And in the end, that is being God. What's true to yourself? What's true to you? That's what the lessons was trying to tell you in the first place. But hey, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? And last but not least, I just want to say this shit. Like I said, none of us has been out there, so we don't know. I can't sit here for sure and say the earth is flat or is it round. Okay? I do know when they were talking about seeing other planets, I've seen it with my own eyes because I've been fucking with telescopes since I was a little kid. I used to go to the observatory here down in Miami. All right, I used to look close up and see, and they look round to me. Now it could be a flat disc. You're right, because I ain't see the other side of it, but they got that round shape. So I don't get. I don't know. I need more evidence for me to believe that the Earth is flat. I just need more evidence. There's a lot of things that don't make sense, and I do not believe that the sun is in a dome with us. I mean, that sun is powerful, man, and I, I just don't know. You know what I mean? But I do get what they're saying. If it's 93 million miles away, why is it, why isn't every place ain't lit up? But we don't know everything, and that's another thing that Lord Jamar said that made a lot of sense. We don't know everything, and a lot of people don't want to admit that. I actually forgot how I was gonna close this damn video, but it was something that I was gonna say that I forgot, man. Gosh, it's gonna come to my mind. But like I said, if y'all haven't go see the live stream, go check it out. It was a very great discussion, and it was good to see someone out there that I learned the Nation of Gods from that had a disagreement. Studied. He didn't just open up his mouth with hot air like a lot of people and just say no, it's not true, because the father said it ain't true. He looked with his own eyes and he came up with his own that's what he came out with, his own truth, and that's what he believes, and we should respect that. And that doesn't make him less of a god. That doesn't make him less of and I can't, and that's one of the things that turned me off from the Nation of Gods of Earths, is the dudes that want to tell you, if you can't listen, you can't read this, you can't study this, that's not part of 120. But then they turn around and you see them out there selling drugs or doing some shit, being not righteous, and it's a lot of them out there like that. Not all of them, but a lot. And that used to turn my face towards a lot of Nation of Gods and Earths, when I understood why Elijah Muhammad talked about keeping the lessons, because the way the Father Allah gave it out, he gave it out, which I agree the way he did it. But I understand also how Elijah Muhammad wanted to, have you have discipline and all that before you got your hands on certain lessons. There were steps. I got my degrees in steps. Now you can go online and just download everything and read it. I had to memorize this, memorize that, and like four gods come up to me, what's today mathematics? And they looking at me, you better build, bro. And it's not like that anymore. But hey, like I said. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. What y'all think? Any 5%ers out there. Do you think the earth is flat? Me personally, I don't. But Lord Jamar, I don't look at him as a less person from the nation of Gaza Earth that do. It just shocked me because, I always thought every 5%er believed that, that the earth was round and the way how much it spun and how much it weighed. I mean, God himself, person of Master Fard Muhammad, according to Nation of Islam, told us that, and I just think it's it can be kind of a distraction because, like I said, where's the benefits? If it is flat, isn't it all an illusion anyway? Anyway, y'all stay safe out there, man. Salute, peace.